Hey Andy, where you been? I've not seen you around. What have you been up to, man? What's been going down? I write a reply out before I then stop and delete it, wishing I could fill it with some list of achievements instead of the overwhelming feeling of not progressing at all. From the last time we spoke, I'm still stuck in that same squall, and convincing myself that hiding from it shuts out all the darkness, when in fact the lonely silence makes all my gains feel worthless. I took some time away to work on my personal issues, and yet I'm sat here weeks later with only one of them crossed through. And now I feel guilty for even taking off any of this time. Like putting myself first for once is somehow out of line. I guess this is the great burden we often place on ourselves, that we care so deeply except about our own mental health. I can be the shoulder to cry on, I can give out some good advice, yet have zero self-belief or motivation when it comes to my own life. I could drop everything for a total stranger. I can't drop it for me. Like I can't help but put myself at the bottom of my list of priorities. Hi Andy, just a message to check that you all are okay. Here if you need me, I care about you mate. Typed out repeated essays, but end up sending nothing in reply. I hope the 3 little dots appeared though, and you saw that I did try. I spend more time writing and deleting than it ever would take to send. And everything just feels illegitimate though, and all I ever seem to do is pretend. Always looking out for paper I can use to cover up my own personal cracks, focusing anywhere and everywhere except for the demons on my back. I know this, recognise it, even write about it, yet it all remains the same. Instead I just find new and imaginative ways to avoid change. This isn't a woe is me, this isn't me speaking to anyone but myself, in the hope that my words can resonate and shift some of that doubt. I keep putting one foot in front of the other until I can find my way out, whilst remembering that there's nothing shameful about asking for some help. I know my depression is real, but I'm quite sure that my denial is realer, when you get so used to being numb that you're not even sure how to feel, yeah? And there's only so far you can push others before they finally leave. And why wouldn't they, when friendships are meant to be a two-way street, and I'm not fulfilling my end of the agreement whilst I'm worrying about me. And here comes the guilty feeling, closely followed by anxiety. Whilst that darkness clouds my mind, it will see this as an opportunity to convince me even further that isolation and avoidance is safety. How fucked up it is to be in control in relationship but with myself, like I'm the perpetrator and the victim, and I'm manipulating me if I want out. Hey Andy, is everything alright? Haven't heard from you in a while. The harder the urge to reply, the greater the need to conceal. Like I feel ashamed of admitting the way that I feel. A prisoner of my own insecurities to whom I give constant consent. A slave to my own feelings of worthlessness that I don't charge any rent. I am the master and commander of my very own fate, and yet take one step forward then back again and just remain in place. Flirting with insanity, with promises that tomorrow will change, yet I wake up and keep doing exactly the same. But I'm running out of excuses to convince myself to stay, and I hate that I keep on pushing people away. I'm sorry, I really am. It's not personal, it's just, well, I guess it's cowardice, it's shame, it's humiliation, and it's a complete lack of pride. The idea that when I'm confronted with, I'd much rather hide. The fears and insecurities of a capable but broken mind. But this can't continue. This ain't healthy. This ain't right. Because if I'm not living, then I'm only wasting precious life. I have to turn some corners. I have to be brave and fight. I need to stop feeling sorry for myself and get myself realigned. I will start listening to myself, and I will start putting me first. That I do have and can still provide some value on this earth. Whatever evil I conjure up, I can also defeat with my words. Write myself as the hero with the sturdiest of nerves. To break all spells and hexes, to remember my worth. I have the power, I hold the cards, possess the keys. And yet again, the only thing left in my way, as always, is me.